What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Lore Cave. Uh-oh. There we go. Got rid of that. It's me, Lore, of the Lore Cave, also known as the Lore Dragon. How's it going? Ah, man. So I have to put this thing right there. There, so now I'm not covering you guys up. I made some changes to the model. I made a few updates. For one, my teeth. I fixed the gums. I fixed my teeth. Look. They actually match the shape of my mouth and not just copied and pasted out of Seraphis' model. Yes. But today we are going to be working on probably the final part of Uldred's model, which will be just rigging and putting the facial features and the facial expressions on him. And since he's not getting like a, like a hyper realistic lip sync, like mine, it shouldn't take too long. In fact, I'm pretty sure we might even have him done by the end of the day, if all things go well. Yes, I got teeth. Teeth that actually fit me. I was trying to go for like a crocodile look too, so I didn't want them to look all pretty and like straight and pristine. I wanted something like, but yeah. I'm thinking though, I was wanting to get you guys' opinion, but I'm thinking I might stop doing some of the Blender streams, because I've been like the last, maybe, not Tuesday, but like all of yesterday, I was working on commissions, but I was working on stuff off stream, and I don't know, I think like it's getting to a point where like I do need to focus on work. I'm getting so many, oh wait, damn it. I'll catch it one of these days. But it's getting to a point where I have to like work. I gotta like focus on work. I'm actually getting so many commissions that I can't, like I'm not trying to brag. I'm just trying to say like I can't finish them fast enough on stream. I need to actually like focus and like really double down and like work. So like I might stop doing the Blender streams at least until I catch up on commissions after Uldred, after we're done with Uldred. Hey Artizard, how's it going? So I'm thinking like as soon as we're done with Uldred, I might only stream video games for a while. Or if I do like Blender commission or Blender streams, it's just gonna be like for projects that I think are fun. Like if I'm making an Eastern Dragon version or an Eastern lore or an Anthro lore or something that's like for the channel, then I'll stream that. But I don't think I'll stream commissions for a while. But I don't know yet. I haven't decided. Either way, let's go ahead and get started on Uldred and get this guy ready to stream. He's already looking pretty good. So we're going to be adding a little bit of scale texture to him as well, but for those of you guys watching at home, you don't have to follow this step because I'm doing it off of Substance Painter, so it's a little, well, there's a bit of a money barrier there, because you have to pay like $20 a month and have like an Adobe subscription in order to get Substance Painter. So I won't be including that as a part of the tutorial. Let's see. But we're gonna make this guy move today. So rigging is not really super complicated for VTuber models. Especially if you're not gonna have full body tracking or if you're not gonna have hand tracking. Hey Luna, how's it going? He is looking good. Yeah, he is looking good. I'm gonna have to give him like a neutral facial expression here in a minute. But so whenever you are rigging something for a VTuber model, if you don't have hand tracking, or if you don't have full body tracking, your rig is gonna be, well, way, way, way easier. There's a lot of steps that you can actually kind of do the easy way on that will save you an immense amount of time, especially when it comes to rigging the hands. Since Uldred won't be using hand tracking or full body tracking, we're gonna do this the easy way. If you want a more detailed, tutorial on rigging models and weight painting them perfectly, then let me know in the comments, but I will only make that on demand. Still playing Elden Ring. That's what I think I might want to stream when I get back to like streaming video games. Like, I want to stream Elden Ring or maybe Cyberpunk. I don't know. If I do a Cyberpunk stream though, I want to make sure like I have like a cyber version of lore. I want to have like a synth reskin of lore. Like all of my horns are glowing and like I shoot lasers instead of fire. Okay, so before we rig everything, we're gonna go ahead and try to turn everything here, or make sure everything here is a mesh and that everything is one object. Or actually, no, we don't want to do that yet. We're gonna hide this stuff because you're gonna treat these extra scales like clothing in a way, and we're gonna rig those similar to how we would rig clothing. All right. I want to go ahead and join the fingernails to the body here. There, just like that. And what we are gonna do is rig just this on its own. So whenever you're constructing a rig, shift, I better put my screencast keys on before I forget. Screencast. There we go. Whenever you're constructing a rig, you just go Shift A, armature, single bone. That creates the armature to begin with. And we're just gonna shrink that down. This is gonna be our hip bone. This is usually the center of your model. Hey Seraphis, how's it going, buddy? This will be the center of your model. You can go to viewport display right over here on the side and then click, I'm gonna move myself out of the way, click in front so that no matter which direction you're facing, the bones will always appear in front of the model, or at least will always be visible. If you don't click that, then your bones are gonna like fuse into the model and it's gonna be really hard to see what you're doing. So just keep them in front. And it'll be a lot easier. It'll save you a lot of time and a lot of headache. So, for a model like this, you're gonna want it to be well above where the legs are. The hips you're gonna want to keep in the center because this is going to be the center of your model. You're gonna want to be very careful with how this bone is placed. You don't want it to rotate. You don't want it to end up like way over here. You want it to be pretty much in the center of mass of your model. If this model was purely humanoid, it would be pretty obvious where his hip bone would need to go. But in a model like this, it's not quite as obvious. For example, if we were going to go off of his actual skeleton, it would be like back here. His pelvis would be back here, and then you would rotate it over this way, and then it would go up like that. But we don't want to do that for a number of reasons. The software we're going to be using, VCFace for VTubing, won't take that. Will not accept hip bones like that. If I were to rig it like this, with the hip bone actually facing up in this direction, and we load that into VCFace, his legs down here will turn up. It'll look like he's sitting or like that he's standing with his legs like just constantly up in a wall sit position, and it's not going to look good. The software for VCFace is very specific for humanoid models, so something a lot more Anthro than this. So we're going to keep it right in the center, even if it's outside the body, and we're going to place the thighs just a little bit off of where they are here. Oh, you were gonna go live with your model Monday, but family. I know, dude. Just abandon them. Just abandon your family. Just do it. Bite the bullet. Just kidding. Don't you know you have to abandon your family to be a streamer? Oh yes, and then we have to name our bones. Always make sure to name your bones. That's going to be very important that you name them very specifically. This one is going to be hips. We're going to Shift D, duplicate, and you can just take a bone from there. This is going to be our thigh bones. You're going to rotate that, 180 degrees on the y-axis. That way it's facing straight down. You want it to be rough, the two dots at the top to be roughly on top of each other, or roughly on the same line. Let's name this one thigh.L. It's very, very important that we have .L here, because now whenever we click on that bone, we press W. Where is it? Oh, we're in object mode. That was a mistake. Hold on, made a mistake. Make sure you're in edit mode whenever you click Shift D to duplicate. There we go. There we are. There we are. Name that again. Thigh.L. Now, since you have it named thigh.L, just press W, go to symmetrize. Oh, it didn't name it. Didn't rename it. There we go. Thigh.L. There we go. And you see now, it's kind of like having a mirror modifier. We have thigh.R, thigh.L. And anything you do to thigh.L here will also happen to thigh.R. Hang on a second. The bone got a little bit rotated there. Gonna make sure that it's not rotated. There we go. I think if I go to play Elden Ring again, I'm gonna make something that uses dragon magic, so I'm probably gonna be like a Faith Battle Mage too, when I get back into it. One second. I wanna try something. Okay. I think this will actually make my lip tracking better. Yeah. I think that really made it a lot better. I can't tell. I guess we'll find out. Faith intelligence. Oof. Then yeah, I might just have to be straight up mage. Alright, let me do that again. Man, something's screwy here. For some reason this is not moving. Like this should be moving along with it. And I don't know why. That is weird. Well, most dragon spells are mode faith. Okay, well then I guess that'd be nice then. I'd like to be like a faith strength, or maybe faith dex build, I don't know. Hang on. See, like, it's copying the bone, right? Because I have thigh.L and thigh.R. So it's copying it. But it's not, doing anything else. Like if I were to select these two and symmetrize them, it should be moving both sides. I think there's maybe some kind of thing here that I messed up. I won't use the flasks of healing. Now that is a heck of a challenge. That's gonna be a big old challenge. Okay, it doesn't mirror bones on the axis. Remove your object's armatures. The origin isn't... Okay. I think it's because the origin here is not in the center, so let's put that in the center. We're gonna set the object, set origin to 3D cursor, and try symmetrizing again. I'll tell you one thing, if this just straight up doesn't work, I'm gonna get mad, and I'm just gonna like quit. I'm just gonna take the bones from another armature and just use that, but I don't want to. I'd rather not, if I could help it. I'm gonna try this. You need lots of it. Yeah, he is. You're gonna need lots and lots and lots and lots and lots. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Oh, found it. Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna edit the shit out of this later, but so the reason that wasn't moving whenever I click symmetrize is because I didn't have symmetry turned on over here on the x-axis. I don't know how many times I can make that mistake before I learn from it, but we're gonna find out. Okay. Now, we have thigh.L and thigh.R. Now what you're going to do is you're going to select your thigh bone, select your hip bones, press Control P, and that'll make parent. Keep offset so that it parents the bone to the hips without attaching them to the hips. And this is going to be where you would put your femur. You want to put just a slight bend. Though the bone would normally put your knee like here, you're going to want to put it like somewhere around here. And then for even though these legs are digigrade, you don't want to actually rig them as digigrade legs. And you can just click on like the edge of the bone here and then press E to extrude like we would for a mesh. You don't want to put it here and then here and here. As nice as that would be, it's not going to come out super good on VC face if you do that. So you're going to go basically straight down for the shin, down to the foot. Make one bone for your foot, and then a tiny bone right here for your toes. Whoops. Bone for the foot. Bone for the toes. Just slightly adjust that to be behind the line. And we might bring that a little bit lower. About there. If you have a more humanoid model, you can, and your legs are straight, it's probably better to just put them right where they would normally be if they were bones in your actual leg. But because this is a very digigrade model, very animalistic kind of model, they're gonna need to be like this. And now once you have those set, just make sure to name them. We have shin.l, foot.l, and toes.l. Just like that. And just make sure to rename the bones on the other side. Shin.r and toes.r and stuff. Make sure they're spelled the same or else they will not move each other. So just, we'll go foot.r, toes.r. Cool. Now we have the spine, which will go straight up to about here, because we're gonna have one for the spine and then another bone for the chest. Think of it like the lumbar spine versus like the thoracic spine. Then another bone for the neck. And then another bone for the head. Now we'll go and make sure that these are in the right place. You want the base of your head bone to be roughly at the same spot as your chin. Even if it's like way behind your head, you're gonna want it. You can bring your head bone a little bit further forward. I like to keep it between my horns or my ears. That's usually a pretty good place for it. There we go. You're gonna want to have a roughly natural curve in your spine here, so you can bring your thoracic or your chest bone slightly forward. Just make sure that you, again, don't rotate your hips. You want to keep your hips as stationary as you can. We're gonna pull these slightly forward. I think his chest is more so here. Yeah. I think for this particular model, I'll have it just a little further back. Cool. Now for the arms, let's just take any one of these bones. Oh, you know what? We better make sure we name our bones. We got spine. Just, you don't have to put .l because there's no, there's not two bones, there's just the one. So spine, chest, neck. I just realized I haven't been capitalizing, but it really doesn't matter if they're capitalized. Not at this stage. Neck, head. All right, then we're gonna take one of these, just shift duplicate. Make sure its roll is 0. Control, what is it? Oh, that was a mistake. Okay. All right, we're gonna take this bone. We're gonna call it. You know what? Before we're just gonna make one arm first. This will be. Think of this as like your shoulder girdle, like where your shoulder blades go, all the way up to like where your shoulder bone or where your deltoid bone is. Can't remember what it's called. Humerus, whatever. I used to be a personal trainer, I swear. We're gonna make sure that's on the same line as the rest of our arm. These can be a little less, you know, perfectly rigid or straight. Just make them match the center of your arm here. Got your upper arm bone that goes to your elbow, got your lower arm bone that goes to your wrist, and then one bone for the hand itself. Just make sure to check them in all 3 dimensions to make sure that they are in the right place. Just like that. We'll name that shoulder.L. You can name this upper arm or bicep.L. You can name this one lower arm or forearm.L. Either one. As long as it has a .L, that's what's important. And then we have hand.L. I'm trying to remember how to clear parent. All right. There we go. Make sure to clear parent whenever you duplicate bones. Clear parent. Okay, so now we're gonna have bones for the fingers. Each finger should have 3 bones. One that goes halfway into the finger here for the first joint. Second joint, and then to the fingertip. The way that you name these is index.L. Here, I'll show you something really quick. If you name a bone something like index.L and then you extrude from it, it'll automatically name your second bone the correct one, which is index.L.001, and then your fingertip index.L.002. We'll call this one middle.L. Same thing, just extrude out. Call this one ring.L. Nice. And you can call this pinky or you can call this little finger.L, but I just call it pinky. Alright, so we're going to select all of these and then select the hand bone last, and we're going to put Control P, keep offset, and that will parent all of the fingers to the hand bone. Now for the thumb, this one kind of sucks because you have to rotate it in 3 different dimensions to get it to match correctly. Make sure it's like all the way inside the thumb. Before we do that, let's make sure this is named thumb.L. And extrude. There we are. What weapon type should I use? I guess anything that scales with faith, but I don't know off the top of my head which weapons do that. Okay, so now we have that. We're going to hit the shoulder, hit the chest bone, Control P, keep offset. That parents the shoulder blade or the shoulder bone to the chest here. going to bring that in just a little bit. This is going to be the axis on which your shoulder turns, or your arms go up and down from their T-pose to their side. So you're going to want to make sure that this is not too far out, or else your arm is going to bend here. So probably around, I want to say around there. We're going to test this before we send it off. So now select all of these bones. You can click L to select the entire arm chain, and then L on all the finger chains to get all those. W, symmetrize, and now we have the right arm. That way I only have to do it once. Now for the eyes, let's make we're gonna go up here, we're gonna go Shift D, pull this out, shrink it down, make sure to clear the parent. Bring it roughly over there, click I.L. Now this is where we're gonna pull out some interesting tricks here. We're gonna select the eyes. Let's go ahead and hide the body. We don't need that right now. Ah! Hide that, just so I don't have to look at it. We're gonna select the eyes, go to edit mode, go to the centermost ring, or actually you don't even have to do that. You just select the eye, go to, actually stay in object mode, go to object, let me think for a second. What would be the best way to handle this? Oh, okay, I got it. Yes, so we're gonna go ahead and select the eye, select the innermost ring of the eye, or the biggest part of the eye. Shift D, duplicate, but don't move it. Press P, separate by selection, tab out, back into object mode. Make sure we have like this little wire, this little circle wire here. Make sure not to move it. We're gonna make sure to delete the mirror modifier on it. Just want it right here, just this one ring. We're gonna go object, set origin to geometry, and that'll move the origin to the very dead center of this ring, which would also be the very dead center of the eyeball. And then we're going to hit Shift S, hold it down, go selection or cursor to selected. Okay, and then we can delete that ring. We don't need that anymore. See how that puts our 3D cursor right in the dead center. Then we're gonna go back to our armature, go into edit mode. With the eye bone selected, go Shift S, selection to cursor, and that will move the eye bone into the dead center of your eyeball. Let's go ahead and parent that to the head. Keep offset. All right, let's bring the body back along with his teeth and tongue. Cool. Click the eye bone, edit mode, symmetrize, and now you have two eyes. Hooray! Now let's do the wings. The wings will be very, very similar to the arms. I'm just gonna select these three. Or four, because we're gonna select the hands too. I'm gonna move them back. Trying to see how I want to look at this thing. Okay, so same thing, you're gonna have your shoulder bone. Think of the wings as arms. So you're just gonna have your upper wing, upper arm. This is your hand bone for the wing. And they work exactly the same. Everything about this is exactly the same as the hands. It's just that they have really, 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 really long fingers. So I just go ahead and name these bones. Like these aren't the names of your wing bones are not going to matter. You can just call it wing.l. You know, now that I think about it, let's just go ahead and delete the right side of the wings. we're gonna make wing.l, and we're just gonna, it'd be easier just to extrude it up like this. That way we have wing.l001 all the way to 003. And then from there, we're just gonna make some really, really big bones here, usually about 3 per wing finger, roughly equidistant from each other, all the way down the wings, starting from the hand. So make sure you go back to the hand. Whoops. Whoopsie, whoopsie. Start back at the hand, but make sure you start at like the top of the hand bone. We're gonna go here. Good stuff, and the last one. And you don't need one for the thumb. It's not gonna move. Basically, at all. Right? Select the whole thing, pressing L, symmetrize, and now it's all on the other side. And I think that should do it. Oh, the tail. Can't forget the tail. You can just Shift-D duplicate the spine here. It'll already be parented. Just make sure to name it tail. And just keep it right in the center of the tail. Just start moving down the tail a few bones at a time. They don't have to be super huge. Think about this. The more bones that you have in your tail, the more it will deform and the more it will wiggle. If you have less bones, then it will wiggle much, much less. So, but you don't want to have too many bones or else it's going to wiggle too much, like a whip. The difference between, like, do you want your tail to be like a whip or do you want your tail to be more solid like a crocodile's tail? Whoops. See, I forgot to name this tail, I guess. I thought I did, but I guess I didn't. Should I name that tail? There we are. Do that again. Good stuff. I guess this never gotten changed to spine either. Spine. Chest. Just double checking my work here. Okay, and that should do it. This is a very basic VTuber rig. He doesn't have any wiggly parts in his head. All he's got are horns, so don't got to worry about that. You don't add bones for the teeth or the tongue. Not for this kind of model. But yeah, that should do it. What we're gonna start with, when it comes to actually attaching the model to the armature itself, is you select the armature, or select the model, then Shift-click, right-click the armature, go Control-P, and we're gonna say with automatic weights. What that does is it kind of automates the weight painting process, which, hang on, before we do that, let me undo that really quickly. Let's make sure my wing bones are in the right place. They are a little bit off. You're gonna want your bones to be if you're gonna do automatic weights, you're gonna want to make sure that your bones are in the correct place. Or as close to the correct place as possible. No hair bones? Yeah, no hair. No hair on this guy. God damn it. There we are. Like that. Cool. Now we'll do that again. Okay, so selecting the model, shift click the armature, control P with automatic weights. Now, if we click on the armature, go to pose mode, we should be able to move around and pose him like an action figure to some extent. Now this, whenever you rig with automatic weights, it's not perfect. Sometimes it comes out looking like crap, or at least not to like industry standards, but it does a pretty half decent job on its own. And because we're only making a VTuber model that won't really move around that much, this is actually kind of good enough. All that's really going to be different here is that, you know, the arms are going to be down roughly at the sides of the model. Kind of like that, and the hands are going to be a little flexed in so they won't just be like karate chop mode. Yeah, and this is just in pose mode, so you can just undo all the poses if you wanted to. Yeah, and what we're kind of doing here is we're just testing our work. Just kind of looking around at things, rotating things around, making sure that it captured a decent portion of the mesh. The legs are usually where I have to do a little bit of doctoring, but as you can see, it still comes out pretty good. Except right around the hips. It does make your ass disappear. But like I said, this model's not gonna have any full body tracking, so we don't have to do any of like the corrective work that you would need in order to keep your ass from disintegrating whenever you kick. Martial arts dragon. Yeah, he's learning martial arts. But his BBL disappears whenever, or deflates whenever he kicks too high. But yeah, I'm thinking this is actually pretty good. We'll do a little bit of doctoring here. One thing that you are going to have to do for sure is make sure that the eye bones are not connected to your face like this at all. So what we're going to have to do now is we're going to have to click into object mode, hit the armature, shift click the mesh, control tab, weight paint. And now we're going to make sure that it all looks good. So we're gonna click on the eye bone, go to subtract, because we want to make sure that the eye only has control over the eye and nothing else. Let's just erase everything, make it a solid blue. Blue means it has no control over that portion of the body. Very easy. And we're just double checking, make sure it has no control over anything else. Looks like we got it. So now, as you can see, when you move the bone around, it doesn't like turn him into the thing. Couldn't hear anything for a bit. Well, I hope it was not on my end. I never know whenever that stuff happens. The Wi-Fi at my job sucks. Oh, oof. Oof. I got me that fiber internet, so I got that good. I got that good. Okay, so now let's say you want to weight paint something very specific without touching anything else. Like in our case, we actually want to weight paint just the head. We want to make sure that the head has only control over the entirety of the head, including the horns, so that whenever we move it around, it moves everything uniformly and doesn't, again, turn them into the thing. Before we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that our teeth and tongue are just attached, or the same object as our body. So select your teeth, select your face, go Control J, Same thing with the tongue here. Well, the tongue, we're actually gonna have to do something a little, we're gonna have to get a little bit wonky. We're gonna have to actually apply a mirror modifier to it. We're just gonna delete the vertices on one side. Apply that mirror modifier with clipping. Make sure it's all nice and clipped together. And now we can join it to the body and it won't mess up. I think I accidentally moved it too far forward. There we go. Make sure your tongue doesn't try to escape from your mouth, guys. It's always very important. It's always trying to seek freedom. All right, so now we're gonna click the armature again, click the mesh, go back into weight paint mode. If you want to only hit the head without anything else, what you gotta do is tab into edit mode, select just the head using L and whatnot to make sure that you select only the head. And of course the teeth and the tongue. So you gotta get in there. Make sure you get the tongue and the gums and the everything else. Inside of the eyes. Inside of the nostril. And all of the horns. I think that is everything, besides the eyes, because that's gonna have its own thing. I have to foil my tongue escape on a daily basis. Yeah, that's why people get tongue piercings. It's not a fashion statement. It's to lock them down. Yeah, it's to lock them down inside the head. Okay, so now you tab back into weight paint mode, and if you go up here to this part and you put paint mask, it will only weight paint what you have selected in edit mode. So we're gonna go to draw, make sure the weight's turned up to 1, radius is high because we don't have to worry about hitting anything else. It's kind of like whenever you spray paint with something to guide you, like a piece of cardboard on top shaped in how you want to paint it. So you can just bam, get everything. You can also go to brush and click off front faces only so that it weight paints everything, even if it's not on the surface, which is what we want here. We want to make sure that it's weight painted in his mouth too. All nice and dark red. That means that this bone has 100% control over those vertices. So now whenever we move the head around, it controls his entire head. Minus the eyes, because like I said, we're about to do those here in just a second. If you click R, then you'll be able to rotate it. If you click R twice, you'll be able to rotate it around on 3 axes. So if you rotate it up and you notice that his head is still deforming, it's because there are some other bones that have control over the head as well. So we're gonna wanna make sure we go down here to some of the nearby bones like the neck, go to subtract and make sure that you subtract their control from the head. Go to the spine, do the same. Whoops. You know what, hang on. Make sure to have a paint mask on. There we go. Because we still want it to have control over the neck. The neck to have control of the neck, not the head. So make sure to turn on paint mask so that you can not get rid of that weight paint. You do have to click off of paint mask though in order to select other bones to weight paint for. Real cool. And then we're gonna go to see, that was neck, the head. I think that should do it. Yes, so whenever you move it around, it should stay as one solid piece without deforming hardly at all. If you are not sure which bones have control over your head, go to vertice select mode here, or vertex selection. Pick any random vertice, and you're going to be able to see every single bone that has control over that one vertice. Right now, none of them except for the head do. But if I would have had this and like I saw maybe shoulder.l had like this much control over it, then I had to have to go to shoulder.l and make sure to turn that off. Okay. So now that should do it for the head. Now for the eyes. We're gonna make sure, we're gonna click on the eyes, shift click onto the armature, Control P. This time do it with empty groups, because we're just gonna weight paint that. All right, now select the armature, shift click the eyes, Control Tab, weight paint. Select the eye bone and make sure you're on draw mode. And make sure that you're only selecting the one eye and paint it entirely red. Completely red. Just like that. This is very satisfying to me because I like red, and turning blue things red feels nice. I can't really explain it, it just does. It kind of reminds me of those popsicles, you know, like the ones you'd get from the ice cream man. Were like red on the outside, and then as you licked them down, they turned green, then yellow, then green. Watermelon bomb pops, I think is what they were called. Ice cream man back in my hometown always used to scare me. He was like a really old man, and he had like a really gruff voice, but you could tell he was nice. It's just that, you know, his voice sounded like really mean, just because he smoked a lot. But you know, that's what you get growing up in a poor town. Alright, so now whenever you move the eye bone, it should completely move your eyeball with it. And because we're still using the mirror modifier, whenever you weight paint something that has a .L in front of it, it will automatically weight paint the opposite side. So now, as you can see, the I.R also already weight painted the right eyeball. So you don't got to do it twice. So now if we go back to pose mode and you start moving the head around, it now moves the eyes with it. Real cool, real easy. So whenever anything moves in VC face, it's going to use a combination of your neck bone and your head bone. So don't worry if like you do like a look to the left and your head starts to twist like you're actually wringing your neck. Don't worry about that too much. But if you do notice that whenever you pull this out, that your throat or that the inside of your mouth starts to poke out down here, what you can do is, let's see, go to object mode. You can see, as you see, the pose still stays. Go back to weight paint mode. Click the neck. Make sure that you have just the inside of the mouth selected. And then go to paint mask. And just start drawing on weight painting the neck weight painting the inside of the mouth just here onto the neck bone, and it'll keep it in place. I don't know why it's not working. There we go. Gotta make sure you're drawing on the right side. Or on the... Yeah, this side of the model, because this side of the model is a mirror modifier. It's not actually there. You have to draw it on this side. Yeah, see, now it's not coming out anymore. Or if it does, it's very, very little. And if it still comes out a little bit, just subtract that control of that section from the head and make sure that only the neck is controlling that one spot. That's one way you can do it. There you go. But also keep in mind that your head's never going to turn this much on its own without your neck turning with it. So don't worry too much if whenever you weight paint and like everything around the model is like not just perfectly moving in conjunction with itself. It'll be fine. Another good practice is to take your radius down and blur the edges of things like this so they're not just a solid like red to blue. It's always good practice to do that. It makes the transition between control of bones a little less immediate, a little less sharp. If you have a robot model or something that has very apparent joints or something with like an exoskeleton, then it's different. You're going to want it to be very sharp. You don't want it to have hardly any blurring, but this is an organic creature, so we're going to want it to have that. Usually if you are just going off of automatic weights, they already have blurring kind of built in, so you don't have to worry about that so much. And as you can see, this whole thing is already basically weight painted. There's not much that you have to do. Cool. And for the most part, that's it. For the rig. So now, what we have to do is we got to make him talk. And the way we do that, you can just... Oh, no. We need to bring back the plating. Let me show you how to do that. Got the belly plating, make sure we bring that. Got the head scales. And back scales. Huh? Oh, probably bring back the first iterations. Cool. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna treat these like clothes. You don't actually have to weight paint these like you did the other things. Hang on a second. Gotta readjust myself in my seat. Okay. Okay. Gonna select this. We're gonna add a... Where is it? Data transfer, there it is. A data transfer modifier to the chest scales. And we're gonna make sure, we're gonna click our source, make sure that is the body. Make sure the mix mode is on replace, mix factor of 1. And we're gonna wanna click, I think vertex, I'm pretty sure it's vertex data. I'm fairly certain that it's vertex data. believe. And what that should do is make it so that you could, no? Okay. Sometimes I have to look this up twice. What am I missing here? I know there's an easy, this was like really easy. I just keep forgetting like how to get that to. Hang on a second. Gotta look up my little handy dandy cheat sheet for this one. Got a handy dandy little cheat sheet just for this. What's this character meant to be for? It's a VTuber model. The commission for somebody else. Looking up my little cheat sheet. Okay. I don't do this too terribly often. Okay, it wasn't the modifier. That's right. Okay, so don't add the modifier. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna click this, press spacebar, go transfer mesh data. Right here. Click on vertex groups. Make sure it's on the nearest vertex. Object transform. I think that'll do it. No? Okay, maybe I missed something. Damn it! I swear I've done this once or twice. I swear. I swear. Okay. So select the body, select the scales, then press spacebar, transfer mesh data. Oh. Maybe it's the other way around. Select this, select the body. Transfer mesh data. Vertex groups. Yep, I'm lost. 1 second. I'm gonna have to check something. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. All right. I had to do a little bit of digging, but I figured it out. So, what I was messing up on. All right, so select the scales. Go ahead and hide the armature so it's a little less scary. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Select the scales. Shift, select the body. Spacebar, transfer mesh data. And here's where I was messing up. We go to vertex groups, and then down here, we want to make sure that it is set to all layers by name, and it's replacing them. That's what I was messing up on. There we go. So now you'll notice that when you click on this used to be empty on vertex groups, but now it's filled with all the same data as your mesh. Now what you do is you click on this. Why we gotta bring that armature back. Click on the scales, shift click on the armature, Control P with empty groups. And now, if we go to pose mode, the chest moves, or like the chest scales move as if already attached to the model. As if we had weight painted it onto the model. So what we're gonna do next, we're gonna do that exact same thing with the others. Okay. So now you'll see, whoops, how did that work? Didn't like that, did it? All layers by name. Replace. Yes. If all else fails on this one, I'll just fucking weight paint it by hand. I worked on the chest. I hope it works on the back, because we're going to desperately need it to work on the back. There's a lot of stuff going on the back. Whoa. What's going on there? That's very strange. Because this worked, but I don't know what's different about this versus this. That should be moving. I just weight painted it. Let's remove it. Start that process over and see what happens. Okay, now it doesn't have any vertex groups. It is a mesh. I gotta make sure it is a mesh and not others. Okay, so we're gonna select that, select the body, transfer mesh data, vertex groups, all layers by name. Now it has all the vertex groups. Select this, Control P with empty groups. What the hell, man? Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. That's why I can't. This is why I don't make tutorials. I mean, I'll run into a problem, then I'll have to sit here and like tutorial my way through it until I figure it out. Jesus Christ. What a nightmare. So I legit have no idea what I'm doing wrong. I did the exact same thing. Hey, Pyra, how's it going? Oh, thank you, Pyra, for the subscription for 2 months. Really appreciate that. How about you? Things have been better. We're struggling here. Like, I don't know what's going on with these head scales, but they ain't behaving. I can't get them to weight paint onto this thing. All right, let's go to weight paint mode and see what's going on here. I mean, if all else fails, I can just create them again. But as you can see, they have absolutely no weight paint on them. So let's see if I were to go to these, go to weight paint. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna click this, or click this, Control P, automatic weights. Okay, now it's working. I don't know what, I guess, whatever. It's working now. For whatever reason. I'm not gonna question it. I'll tell you one part of whatever happens, and if I ever make this tutorial, it's gonna be a mystery. I'm just gonna cut this section all entirely out. Alright, so just click this. Click the main body. Let's see if it works for the back. I really hope it works for the back, because that's gonna be a pain in the butt to weight paint by hand. Vertex groups. Yes. Alright, here we go. Moment of truth. Yeah, it worked okay, I guess. I'm gonna try with empty weights instead, see how that works. Or empty groups. Nope, it has to be with automatic weights. Okay, that should do it. Cool, dude. So now if you really want to check your work, grab the hip bone and just kind of move it around. If there are any vertices left behind, like if there's anything that sticks behind, that's when you know you need to do some corrective work on your weight painting. Since this, like I said before, since this is not going to be a VTuber model, or this isn't going to be a VR chat model or a model that's going to be used for anything other than VTubing, this is a fairly decent weight paint. There's some stuff that still needs to be done, like for whatever reason, this part down here is reacting to the chest bone rather than the tailbone, so we're gonna have to go in there and do some weight paint doctoring, which we will do here in a second. I gotta use the restroom, so I will be right back. Alright, I am back again. Ooh, I just realized the AC wasn't on and I was like, why am I fucking cooking right now? That's definitely why. Okay. So this right here, we're gonna need to do some weight paint doctrine. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna set, click this, shift click this, go to weight paint mode. And we're gonna make sure that these bones up here don't have any control over what's going on down here. So you don't want your chest bone to have any control over what's going on down here. Either that, or you need to make sure that your bones that are next to your stuff, next to those vertices, have more control over them than anything else. So right here, we just kind of select that bone, make sure that you're on draw mode with the weight of 1, just kind of paint in the area that's right next to that bone. Same thing here. It seems that somehow, I don't know how, but the forearm got rigged in with the tail. No idea how. Forearm.l. So we just go to forearm.l, go to subtract, just subtract it from everything that's not a forearm. Just checking every bone here to make sure that it has no control over those sections of the body. I might just have to sit down and weight paint this by hand, because it looks like in this particular case that did not work. See, because this is the method I used for the model I'm currently using, where I just kind of treated the front scales as clothes, but as you can see, it is just completely screwed, completely screwed up. So I'm gonna have to just cut that completely out of the tutorial, I'll tell you that. We're just gonna have to weight paint these by hand. Which really kind of stinks, but you know, sometimes you gotta do it the correct way and not try to do it the fast way. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna select this thing. We're gonna delete all groups. Go to the armature. Hello there, Max Dog. How's it going? Came in at just the perfect time. I'm over here struggling trying to get this thing to weight paint correctly. Some of my old tricks just ain't working on this guy. This one's pretty easy. You just have to go across it like that. Just kind of paint roughly where the bone is located. Have you done different forms of the same character? Myself, yes. I have like my Lorezilla form and my Sonic OC form. Stuff like that. I'm gonna probably do something that's like an Eastern Dragon version of myself, like the snaky boy. I'm thinking about making it kind of like in the style of like Kaido from One Piece. But I haven't decided yet. I'm talking about for other people? Oh, no. No one's asked for something like that yet. That was my third favorite red dragon. Third favorite! I'm honored. I'm honored to be the third favorite. But yeah, I'd like, if somebody ever asked me to, I would. I'd love to do something like that. Multiple forms and whatnot. Yeah. I don't think I'm ever gonna do a tutorial again, dude. I swear, like... I can see now why there's so few people who actually do tutorials on Blender, because, like, you always run into an issue that you know, you've run into several times before, but you forgot the solution because, you know, there's just so many things that you can do in Blender. And this, sometimes it's just easier to truck along, you know? Well, Kazu. Oh, that's true. That's true. That's true. Kazu's got a Anthro form and a full dragon form. That is true. How did I forget that? First reserved for my OC and second grade. Oh, okay, okay. That makes sense then. Yes. If I wasn't third, I'd be very worried for you. I'd be very worried for the state of your soul. How you doing, Redux? I hope you're doing well. I'll tell you one thing, man. I gotta get back to video game streams, because this has been nice, you know, being able to work and stream at the same time, but at the end of the day, it is still work. I have to, like, focus on getting these done faster, you know? I need to be able to, in order to, like, pay the bills, I have to do more commissions faster. I need to be able to reopen commissions even faster. So I'm like, I might just stop doing tutorials, or like stop doing like Blender streams for a while for that very reason. Stream after, like at a later time or something, I don't know. My character has a darker side. You know, I have actually done something like that for somebody before. Firecracker's model can change colors if he wants to go to his dark side. Actually, I think I still have that one loaded up. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so Firecracker's model, I don't think he's got lip sync turned on. Yeah, he does, but it's not, I don't have the camera on me, but, let's see. What was the hotkey? What's the hotkey? Hellfire, that was a Control H. Alright, so if he like... He can go into his dark form if he wants to. I loved making this one. Now back to me. Oh yeah, you wanna know something that's really fucked up? You know how like I was working on my model the other day and we were really trying to make the the glasses work with the wings. They're still fucked up. They're still fucked up, and I don't know why. I got this guy completely exported. I got his teeth fixed, but the glasses still don't work with the wings folded in. God damn it. I'm just gonna live with it. I'm just gonna live with the fucked up glasses now forever. Yep. It's an inevitable part. Nom, 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 nom. Yes, thank you. Makes me feel better. It's okay. And I also forgot to move them because like I did adjust the resting position of my face so that I can look down and look up. Because the other one was like my head was like already down, so I couldn't look down any further. But I forgot to adjust the glasses so that they also followed my head. So they're a little messed up. But it's whatever. They're supposed to just be a prop. We still have Giga Chad mode. My character does that too. Yeah, I can also make like, not just their colors change, I can make like parts of their body change as well with a hotkey. A little bit, like I can't make it change too much. Like I can't like completely transform the thing, but I can do a lot. All right. The one thing I think would actually be better would be to go ahead and try to get these all as a single object and then send it out. Can you do skulls and ribs? Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, like, if you're talking about like transforming from something that has a skull, has like a regular body into something that is just a skull, or transforming into like a skeleton form. No, I couldn't do a transformation like that, but I could do like a whole model that was like a skeleton model.
Welcome!
Ooh, welcome to the lore cave. Royal with cheese. I am the Lore Dragon. I am a 3D modeler by day, game RPG streamer by night, which I might just be doing RPG streams from now on. I don't know. It's to be determined. But if you like dragons or 3D modeling, you're in the correct place. All right. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to take this. I'm going to slap it on, make it the same object as this. I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. Whoa, why did his... Yeah, that raised his try count up to like... Oh, it's because this thing already has a subdivision surface modifier attached to it, and then... Yeah, can't add it as a single object yet. What to do? What to do here? Here, subdivision surface. There's really only one thing I could do. That'd be to get rid of the subdivision surface. If I go to belly plating, hide that, go to belly plating here, take off the subdivision surface on there. Oh, it's already applied, isn't it? Yeah, it is. God damn. I'm gonna have to do some backtracking. Thanks for the welcome. Of course, of course. Yep, I'm gonna have to paint this one by hand, everybody. Let's just do that. Let's just do it right. do it correctly. So I think if I get back to game streaming, I would stream Cyberpunk. I just beat it. I just beat my first playthrough of it, and holy shit, I loved it so much. It was such a good game. Like, why couldn't we just get that? If we had gotten that at the very beginning when it first came out, I feel like it would have done so well. We just didn't get, that's just not what we ended up with. Gotta make sure that I'm only weight painting the torso here, not the wings. But yeah, I would think I would try to get the true ending, because there's 5 endings to Cyberpunk. I got one of them, which was like, there's not like really a good ending. I mean, no matter what you do, the ending is kind of sad. But there is like a true ending, or a secret ending, I should say. Yeah, it's more like a secret ending, not a true ending, a secret ending. But it's really hard to get. I'm excited for the new Dead Space. You know, maybe I could stream that for Halloween. Wait, when does it come out? Does it come out by the time Halloween rolls around? I'd stream that. Sure. I think that's actually there we go. Probably shouldn't have that much control. Entire thing. There we go. Legs are, I think those are fine. I think we weight painted the tail by hand. No, we didn't. We weight painted the scales on the tail by hand, not the actual tail. Make sure I'm not weight painting the wings. January? Oh shit, never mind. Can't stream that for Halloween. Sheesh. I know one thing I'm going to be streaming for sure, and that's going to be some VR chat. But I'm like, what do you even do whenever you stream VR chat, you know? Like, what do I do? Is like, do I just go walking around worlds or something? I've never actually watched a VR chat stream before. Maybe I should do that at some point, just to get some ideas. Because I'd be walking around as a lore dragon. There's games in VR chat. I would also have to like make sure that I could like grab stuff. Like, because my model can't really do much. Or my dragon models can't really do much. Or like if I grab things, I'm pretty sure that like they just kind of float next to my body. There we go. It's looking pretty good. I think we're gonna have to do the same thing with the back scales. I don't think those are moving yet. Oh, they are. Kinda. Oh yeah. Yeah, those are fine. Pretty sure that the wings are good too. Looks pretty good. Okay, we got her. Now we need to make it talk by giving it visemes. But before we do that, we have to apply all of our modifiers because you won't be able to apply them once you add shape keys. So what that means is we are going to have to make a copy of everything. Hide it, just in case. Fuck it up. In case we fuck something up, we want to make sure that we have a copy. Here we go. Alright, now everything that's not hidden, we're going to apply our modifiers, including our mirror modifier. But don't apply the armature modifier. Don't apply that one. Just subdivision and mirror. Alright, so now that everything has their modifiers applied, we can actually start joining them together. So we can sit here and join that together. Join this together. Join the eyes together. Back together. There we go. And now we can get started on the face shapes, or on the visemes. So we're gonna make a basis. We're gonna edit that basis because now it's, since we are ready to start working on his facial expressions, it is time to close the mouth in its neutral position. Into its neutral position. He's gonna have more of an overbite, underbite, so we're gonna pull that in. Alright, and then you just try to set it up in your neutral face. So if you naturally have a smile on your face, this is where you would put it. Or if you naturally have like a frown or naturally have nothing, just set it that way. Okay, that's our basis. Here's where things get funky. We're gonna open up the cats tool. Go to Visemes. If you don't got the cats plug-in, Google it. Oh! I wanna do that now? Nah. Oh yes, actually we do. So one other thing that we need to do for the base position is we need to pose the wings where they're going to rest. We modeled the wings in a full extended position, but now it's time to actually pose them in their resting position. Got big old wings, don't we? Wouldn't have it any other way, would we? We like our big wings. Big wings, big tails. Yeah, I like the way that looks. Yeah, I'm feeling that. So now we have that set up as our pose. We're gonna go to the object mode. Click on our object, go to our modifiers, go to apply as shape key. And what that'll do is turn that into a shape key. So now if we go hit that shape key, it'll fold our wings in, push him out. So he'll have a control like mine where I can extend my wings out or pull them in. Real easy. And then we can go back to pose mode and or put them back in their resting position. Now we can focus on the face. We need to make an shape key to start with. C.E_AA. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll take this line here. Oh, don't want it to go all the way down the body. I just need it to go from here to here. Damn it. Go from here to here. There we go. Mark that as a seam. I want to be able to select just the jaw if I can. Here this goes all the way up to the seam. Which it does, so I don't know why it's not. Why it's selecting more than that. Oh. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Just really quickly, I'm going to make a seam that's like going to go all the way across the bottom jaw here. Just for this one thing. I'll probably delete that seam afterwards. You just click anywhere over here just to kind of figure out where your pivot point's going to be for your jaw to open. For him, it's probably going to be roughly around there. Period. 3D cursor. Oh yeah, I should probably select the teeth too, or at least the bottom teeth. Oh, and the bottom part of the mouth. Ooh. I need to make a seam that separates the mouth as well. Bottom part of the mouth to the upper part of the mouth. That's honestly just a good thing to have for UV unwrapping anyway, so maybe I should just have that. Okay, so now we can select the bottom part of the mouth. Nice. It's not perfect, but this will get us a lot further than doing it one at a time. And then we can just go in wherever we need to and correct them by hand. And then the tongue, with tongue down. Perfect. We just take that. I think we just need oh yeah, CH. So we're gonna open the mouth a little bit. There, go to new shape key mix, rc.v_ch. This one, we're just gonna select the lips. Move them up a little bit. Then we select the teeth, move them up a little bit. Making that ch sound. And I think we make the ah sound. You know, after working on Visemes for high facial mocap, working on them for like your basic VR chat Visemes seems like nothing at all. Like, let me just say, putting together a model that works with eye facial mocap or real-time face tracking is, I'd say, easily 10 times the work. Easily 10 times the work. That's why you pay the big bucks to to have it. You pay out the ass to have our kit. Bare minimum $250 extra. For me, I charge $300 because I can, and it's a lot of money. It's a lot of time. It takes the whole day. But as you can see, this part doesn't take nearly as long. Okay, so now we just place those Visemes right here. Then the plugin will create the Visemes for us, and then all we got to do is just go in there and mess around with them. It never moves the tongue in the proper place, so you have to kind of go in there and mess with the tongue yourself. That E, I'm not really liking what that E looks like. Looking a little, not really like an E. Looks more just like a slightly less exaggerated ah. That's better. And F, just never, they literally just can't do it. They just can't do it. I've done this enough times that I can practically do this. Gotta make that pog face for the ooh. That's good. Then P is literally just puffing out the cheeks a little. And that should do it. Now we just delete the old ones because we don't need those anymore. We got, and I think now all we have are his facial expressions. So let's start with my favorite, angry. Oh wait, no, before we do that, brows. Gotta do the brows. Because that makes it easier to do your other facial expressions. Oh, and the blink. Yeah, we gotta do blink too. Shit, I'm forgetting everything. I say I can do this in my sleep, but it's because I actually am asleep. I am doing this in my sleep. I am asleep. I don't like it. Brows down. Now we make angry from that. And then we bring, for the angry, we bring the brows down even more. Squint the eyes a little bit. Flare the nostrils.
Hey, listen up, I've tried to tell you this 100 times. Not getting better by lying there pretending to cry. You on repeat, you can see, cause you have closed your eyes. You say you listen, but you're missing what it's all about.
Angry. Sorrow. Oh, he looks so sad. Sorrow. Joy. And what am I thinking? Angry, sorrow, joy. Surprised. I just realized I had the P shape key up. Try that again. I think it kind of works for angry. Hey, what's going on, buddy? Let's see. So for surprised, we're gonna take those eyes right there. Specifically this loop. Trying to get the correct loop here. There we go. Ooh, we got a house now. Moving up in the world. Renting this year? That's okay, we are too. We're stuck in that same renting, forever renting boat. We live in the house, but we couldn't get a loan to actually buy it from my mother-in-law. The loan's guaranteed through Vets United. Well, must be nice to be a vet. They don't like independent contractors too much in the banks, so they don't give loans unless you make like $100,000 a year as a self-employed independent contractor, which is bullshit. But you know, that's the world we live in. You're making that much, what do you need a loan for? You can't buy, even if you make $100,000 a year, you can't buy a house with cash. Like, it's just not realistic. When a house costs like a house that we're about to live in right now is like a 2-bedroom house. It's like $160,000 here. Which, you know, isn't a lot in the grand scheme of things. Some people are paying upwards of $300,000 for the same house. Sometimes they've been upwards of $400,000. It's like you would have to not spend any money for 4 years. And I mean no money on food, rent, or anything for 4 entire years in order to buy a house with cash. Even if you're able to get half that, or like get a deal and pay half, it's you just can't do it. There's no path to buying a house with cash anymore, like our parents used to. Okay. Just like that, everybody. He is ready to go. He's got all of his Visemes. Let me just double check his work order here. Make sure I didn't forget any expressions. I think he just ordered a default model that was like, had all the default expressions, default Visemes and all that. Let's double check. Let me just see. Okay, I'm pretty sure that this is it. Let me just quadruple check on PayPal. Because I would hate to export all this crap and then have to go back and do it all over again. But from the looks of things, that's everything. So all we gotta do now is bring him into Unity and get him rigged and ready to go. You upgraded your CPU? Fantastic. Yeah, you know, I saw a picture the other day of what a RTX 4090 looks like, and I was like, what the fuck? It's as big as the fucking Xbox Series X. That is so... I just... I was like, well, I couldn't fit that shit in a computer. Like, what would the desktop even look like that could fit something like that? It would be... God, it'd be as big as the desk. You know, or it'd stand as tall as the desk. Oh, let's see. Let me open up a project here and we can get this guy ready and for VTube Studio or for VC Face. Use it as the desk. You know what? You're right. I'll put my drinks and all my food directly on my PC. My GPU is huge. It still fits in my tower. I have a pretty big ass GPU too, and it was just a 2070, I think. And it was like, it's huge, but it barely fits. And I feel like my tower is actually like pretty big. I don't even, you know, like if I had one of those though, I'd be able to do so much with animation. Like I'd be able to VTube straight out of Blender. Like I'd be able to go to Blender, turn on VC Face, and straight up VTube straight up from this, which normally would make my computer want to, you know, catch itself on fire on purpose. But I could probably do that with a 4090. All right, we're gonna have a prototype of this guy ready here pretty soon. Pretty soon. Just it takes a second for Unity to open up. Come on, let's go, Unity, damn. I'm gonna just take a nap while we wait for you to open. Well, actually, I almost forgot. Again, I've reminded myself fucking 4 times, but we gotta give him a blink. I don't know how many times I could forget that. Jesus. Alright, a little secret to making a good blink is to make the eyeball shrink a little bit. Whenever it blinks. That way, your eyelids don't clip into your eyeball. There we go. Let's see how that looks. Looks pretty solid. Okay, and then we just... New shape key from mix. And mirror shape key. And then we make a shape key for both. Okay, and then we could take this and we should be able to see him blink now. Perfect. And how is Unity still not open? Unbelievable. I think it's because I'm streaming. Usually it doesn't take me anywhere near this long to boot up. That's just how it be, though. Maybe it crashed. Oh, no, it didn't crash. It's still, it's in the process of opening up. Well, I guess let's just keep taking a look at this thing and making sure there's nothing I forgot. I don't think so. He's got all his textures. There it is. Well, it's still popping up. If there's one thing I guess I could check is just make sure that his arm bones are in the right place. Because his arms are literally just going to fold straight down like this. What the heck? Happened? Why? Doesn't this guy have... whatever. Let's Maybe this will... Okay. Whew. Thought for a second there that something really fucked up happened. Alright. Whew. Yeah, I think his arms are in basically the correct position. Even got a half decent weight paint in there too. Okay. What the heck? What is going on with Unity? Well, guys, I might have to stop the stream early if Unity just refuses to open up, because that's all that remains is importing them into Unity and porting them to VC Face to be used as a VTuber model. Okay, come on. There we go. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's open up Unity. Okay, we are in Unity. So you guys can actually see it. Alright, there's me! Alright, let's make a new scene. Oh. Forgot to export our boy here. Better export our boy, because we can't bring him to Unity if he's not exported first. Okay, now he's ready. We're gonna pull up his folder. Throw him in there. It's taking a second. Come on. Come on. There we are. Bring him in here. He looks a little bit weird right now, but that'll change real quick. Legacy blend shape normals. Right enabled, rig, humanoid, apply. Bare minimum, we'll have him on screen here in about 30 minutes. Ish. At least getting his rig working is 1,000 times faster and easier than doing it for like a quadruped dragon. practically does it for me. If you name your bones correctly, it will basically do it for you. Yep. All right. Now we can take that FBX that we prepared, put it into VRM format. Grid prototype. Version 1. Author Lord Dragon. Export that back in. And it's exporting as a VRM now. Alright, so we can hide this, we don't need it anymore. We're gonna go down to where we just exported Uldred. Pull out the VRM. Gonna go to his materials. Got his image textures saved away in here. These are the ones that we made in Blender. I'll probably go back and make that eye again once I get him into Substance Painter, but this is just for a prototype, so I don't feel bad. Should probably figure out what color that purple is, because it didn't really transfer over correctly. What was our hex code for that? Let's see. Got it. His eye didn't really come out very good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to redo the eye for sure. I don't know what's happening there. Oh. What is happening to the eye? It's clearly there, but like, what's going on? I think I accidentally made his eyeball small, and as on the basis, no, it's definitely not. It's I don't know what's going on there. Huh. That's very strange. It's like his eyeballs are both there and not there. Huh. Let me try something. There we go. So for some reason, the faces on the eyeball are facing inward rather than outward. I don't know how that happened, but that's not really a big deal. It's something I can fix here in Unity. Alright, we're just adding our toon shader here so he looks more like a cartoon. See how he already looks a lot better. Less like a clay monster and more like a cartoon. 1,000 times better. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. I gotta add the outlines. Oop, too much. 0.1. There we go. I don't know why the default outline color is white, but it is. Okay, one thing I definitely did mess up on. I need to make the wings a separate texture from the, or a separate material from the actual model. Because if I don't do that, then as you can see, he'll get an outline on his wings, which we don't want. I might be able to fix that, but let's see. Okay. It's fine for now. It'll be fine for the prototype, but it's something I'm gonna have to make sure I change whenever we get to the actual final model. Let's see. That should be everything for tongue. Just gonna give him a pretty generic colored tongue. I'm not gonna worry too much about it. Cool. There we go. Okay, and then we go to do his blend shapes. Or first, let's do the look ahead script so that he can look around. Now we do the blend shapes. I'll do like a very basic prototype blend shape here. I'm not gonna add all of these, just the basics. In case it looks like poo-poo. I don't want to go through like all the work of adding every single one of the blend shapes if it's gonna look like shit anyway. The thing I'm really checking for here are the expressions, the blink, the brows up, brows down, and that's pretty much it. The lip sync's not gonna be really a big deal right now, especially because he's not getting Arc-It blend shapes. RO. I just use fun and joys interchangeably. I don't use look up, look down. I should, but I don't wanna. Not for the prototype. Alright. I'll go ahead and do the wings in just in case. And brows up. Brows up, brows down. And wings in. Good enough. And now he's ready. Let me just export him, and then we'll load him up. While that's exporting, I'm gonna... Oh shit. Knocked over my microphone. I'm gonna go ahead and start making some preparations here on my end, because I can't use my phone as a webcam entirely for this. Well, I can actually, but... Alright. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna go to general settings. We gotta make sure we're prepped for him. We're gonna want audio lip sync turned on. His arm angle, we're probably gonna want that a little different. Okay. And let's see, is he ready? Yep, he's ready. All right. That didn't take long at all. I was really expecting that to take like 25 minutes. Let's load him up. Okay. Okay, that arm angle was wrong. And the wings in. I might have to chill out with some of these blend shapes. His mouth opens like way too much. Like, holy shit. Yeah, his mouth opens way too much. Look at that. Yeah. Way too much. But that's an easy fix. I could change the wings. Yeah, the transition time's turned up all the way. the perfect redeem for this guy. Just kind of doing some movement tests. This is about as deep as you can squat whenever you don't have full body tracking. Not too bad. Besides the obvious, like, not too bad. Check the facial expressions. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I'm gonna take a quick screenshot. Wait, probably better for me to get a full screen projector view on my TV and then screenshot. Then we'll send it to him on. Okay, well, I guess that's as good a place as any to stop for today. Yeah, good work day. So the next, God, I can't get over his mouth. It's so bad. I need to fix that. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. All right, going back to Lord Dragon. Going back to me. Can't look at it. There we go. There we go. Oh, big difference. Gotta set my stuff back to normal. There we go. Well, yeah, I think that's a good place to stop for today. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I'm think this will probably be the last stream I do until next Tuesday. Got something I got places I gotta be this weekend, so I probably won't see you guys till next Tuesday. But I think we're gonna go back to doing just regular video game streams for a little while. So I'm thinking we might go. I wanted to stream Cyberpunk, but I might actually do Elden Ring because I want to have like a synth model, like a synth or a synth reskin of this guy, strictly for Cyberpunk. So, yeah, I think that's what we'll do. But you guys have a wonderful day, have a wonderful weekend, and I will see y'all next time. Peace out.